Hello everybody, this is Marta here on YouTube. Today I have the second part of the Red Queen series review for all of you guys. So today we're going to be reviewing two books and a little digital novella. The book we're going to be talking about is Cruel Crown, and this has two short stories. The first one is Queen Song and then the second one is Steel Scars. So Queen Song is basically the story of Queen Korean, and if you don't know, she's Carl's mother, and she basically dies when he was very young, and you pretty much get to know why or who killed her, and I think pretty much everyone's suspicions were right about who it was, but yeah, you get to know that story. And then the second one, which is Steel Scars, is where you get to meet Captain Farley and how she became a very important part of the revolution with the Scarlet Guard. You also meet Shade and how both of them met, and it's a pretty awesome little short story. So if you guys want to read it, you can. They're not necessary for the series, for you to understand the series, but they're pretty cool to know. They're a little insight into the world themselves. So yeah, that's one. Then the third book in the series is King's Cage. This is a cool book, but I did feel like it went on too slow. It took me a little while to get through this. It's not even that long. I think it's like 400 pages, 400, nope, 500 and something pages. It's not even that long, but it was so slow paced. The first part, or pretty much most of the book, is about the 6 months Mare was trapped with Maven, which is why it's called King's Cage. I do have to say, this gives more insight into the politics of the world that is kind of where Maven is living in, and I don't know, it's just, it really brings up a lot of things that are happening right now in the world, which is why I like this world. You can kind of compare some of the things that are happening. This whole series kind of resembles Hunger Games in the fact that Mare didn't want to be the image for the revolution, and she ended up being the image, and she ended up taking actually charge of it. So that was pretty cool. You also get to see Maven is one of my favorite characters. He's so flawed. He's such an anti-hero, and he's not exactly a villain, because I don't see him as a villain. I see him kind of as a victim of his mother, because she did some things to him. She really made him a freak. But his obsession with Mare and the kind of lack of love he has for Carl, which is his brother, and they used to be so close, and her mother took that away from him. I think that really gives him more of I don't know, it makes him more appealing to know that he's damaged and there's so many wrong things about him, and the way he handles things are it's crazy. You do see the escape from Mare from being in Maven's arms, and how she and Carl kind of get back together. So it's pretty cool. The last few pages were the ones that really got a grip on me, and I couldn't stop reading until I finished it. But I do have to say, the second and the third book are not the best books in this series. So that's pretty much King's Cage. The romance that Carl and Mare have, he needs to have more, I don't know, testicles to he needs to like man up and do the things, because he's so like into his character of being king, and that's the only thing he wants to do. He sometimes forgets forgets everything pretty much everyone has done for him, saving him. He has done a lot for them too, but he's so caught up in being a king and, I don't know, trying to get back to the place where he's from and having the palace and being actually a ruling king, instead of a traitor like Maven painted him. I think sometimes he even himself gets confused. So it's pretty interesting. I love Farley and Mare. Their relationship, it's great to see and how it evolves from being just companions to actually being friends, and you get to see this friendship more into War Storm, and I love it. That's one of my friendships. So okay, so now into War Storm, which is my actual favorite book of the series. This is quite a pretty hefty book. This is, it's not that big either. I mean, it's 600 pages and something, but it's not that much. 662, nope, I'm lying. 657 pages of this book, and this is one of my favorites. I read this the faster. I think I read this in like 2 days. It was awesome. But in this one, Mare and Khal are not longer together simply because he wants to get the throne, and she pretty much asked him to give up the throne without actually asking him. I think they really need to evolve, both of them, and be more, have more tits and more balls to do the things they need to do, because even though they love each other, they don't do anything for each other. They just, it's stupid. Both of them are stupid. Okay, so in War Storm, again, you get to see how the revolution of everything pretty much ends. You get to see a little bit of war. There is a lot of crazy stuff happening. You don't really get closure with Maven, or at least I don't think he died. I don't remember he died. Okay, so you also don't get closure with Maven, because at least this is how I remember it. I don't know if I actually jumped the pages, but when the war comes and everything happens, maybe Maven actually escapes. Mary's the one that has to kill. No, I'm sorry. Nope, he doesn't. I'm stupid. So War Storm, again, is one of my favorite books. This is literally where the war happens. You get to see also Evangeline's point of view, and you really get to see her growing out of her, I need to please my parents because they're my parents, I'm their property, which is great. You get to also see Iris as a narrator. Evangeline is one of my favorite characters. At the beginning, I hated her, and then by the end, she became one of my favorites, same as Maven. I think this book perfectly captured everyone's relationships and pretty much how everyone grew and became better. I don't know, it's just great to see some of the characters actually grow, and then some of them just stay stuck in the same place. I think that's really great. That is really realistic. Some of us grow faster, some of us don't. Some people just stay in the same spot the entire life. So I think that's pretty important to mention. For me, that is a great thing to have in a book. You get to see new alliances, power, manipulations, and the finale for the revolution, how it happens, who dies, who doesn't, who survives. You get to see more people, you know, each little kind of country getting involved with different countries and kind of bringing more people in to fight this war, this revolution, to make it kind of a democratic country instead of a ruling kingdom, which I think it's awesome in this book. I really thought it was great. Again, this is my favorite book. And the finale, which is where Carl and Mare don't exactly end up together, but I think it's the perfect ending. Honestly, she was very young when she went into this revolution, and to have them get back together after everything that happened and all the things they needed to heal from, I think it would have been a mistake. So I really like the ending. I think sometimes you have to find yourself before you can have somebody else. At least in my opinion, that is how it should be done. But that is pretty much Warstorm without spoilers. I think most of them I did without spoilers. So if you guys like this video and like this review, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel because it really does help me out. Also, let me know if you guys have read the Red Queen series. Let me down in the comments below, and let me know down in the comments below. And also, did you like the ending? Because I have seen a lot of people that didn't like it. So let me know if you liked it or not. So that is it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.